Yeah, let's start.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear colleagues, today's topic is very simple. We are talking about ESG applications called RIMS, and our sister company, Ray Digital, making tremendous efforts in developing the application. With that said, we would like to show our gratitude and thanks to Ray Digital. And this application is meant to make one's life easier and more productive and efficient. So with that said, I would like to welcome Mr. Samir Al-Kharousi, our GM of Oil and Gas. Mr. Samir will be giving us his opening message to the webinar. So over to you, Samir.
Good morning, gentlemen. I hope all is well. I would like to announce that we are about to begin
Just volume, volume, if it's...
Hello?
Yeah, better.
Not getting clear voice.
Okay. Not getting clear. It's a typical, yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, clear.
Awesome. I will start again. I would like to thank everybody for today. And as you know, we are announcing today a transitioning from third-party products to home-owned products built by Ray International. This is an important milestone for us. We are introducing the RIMS, which stands for Ray International Management System. It will be fully owned, fully operated, and fully maintained by Ray International. We have come a long way. We're at the size where a company requires systems in place and digitalization. This will help us a lot, and it has a lot of benefits towards achieving this milestone. We will stop depending on third party as much as we can. We have flexibility in managing it. That means we're going to be building it in-house, meaning that we are able to put accessories on it, to program it, to do it the way it can adapt with our systems and our business. And it can also adapt into any new businesses that we have with clients, with suppliers, and so on. It's user-friendly, and mainly it is cost-effective. Historical data will also be stored, meaning that the data will be in-house. Nobody will have our data except Ray International. This is very common in international companies, in companies that are sizable. We are in the direction of becoming a big and sizable company. And hopefully we will achieve this milestone. It's a start, and inshallah soon we will have many more to come. Now, this system will have two things on it. We'll have 4 modules will be launched in the system. I will talk about the 2 modules that we have. We're going to have the instant reporting investigation, closeout. This is not only incidents by the client. Any incident that even if the client is not aware, we will be doing the investigation. It will monitor the closeout. It will have many people involved. It will make things faster. So this is one thing. And the second module will be Lahad. I know everybody knows what Lahad is. It's not new to our corporation, but it will be implemented in our RIMS system, which is again Ray International Management. Now, with instant reporting, a lot of times we are going to have incidents. These incidents are just done by paper or are not closed out, not followed out, and importantly, lessons are not learned. Some of them, yes, but some of them are just been taken for granted, and we don't take advantage of it. A lot of these incidents are repeated offenses, and we don't learn. This system will help us learn. It will help us follow up, and it will help us close out all the action items that requires us to do. It will have access. Everybody will have access to it. People will see all the incidents, if there's closed out or not. Learning points from the incident. This will be announced where you have to go and understand whether the individual is within the company or left the company. Any new personnel that comes in the company will have immediate access and understanding of all the incidents or reported previously. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now. We rely on papers, and as you know, a lot of things can be displaced. This is why we're going digital. It's the future, gentlemen, and hopefully we have a lot to gain from it. Another one is لاحظ. As you all know, the importance of safety in our culture right now, especially that the people who lost lives because of this had accidents. We are taking this very serious. In fact, this is #1 priority of Ray Oil and Gas right now, and Ray International. It's #1 priority to the client. They're taking this extremely serious. So we have to keep up head-to-head with multinational companies such as Schlumberger, Halliburton, and we need to have our own system to rely on, a system that will also compete with international companies. So why لاحظ is important? One of the things is giving importance in لاحظ is errors. End of the day, as you know, we are humans. When we depend on human activity and human action, there's always going to be errors. That's why we're introducing a software that will minimize the error. Sometimes it will put the error to nil. That, as you all know, the world is moving towards the direction, whether it's driving, flying, automation, and we have to keep up with the new century and the new generation. So to move things efficiently, especially that we're increasing in size. When you have a company that is multiple divisions, new contracts, more personnel, excess of 1,000 employees, the system has to be concrete and bulletproof when it comes to HSE and any other system involved in this matter. So I urge all Ray employees, okay, to take this new system, understand it end to end. It will be training will be facilitated by our team. We have building up a big team in the IT and digitalized systems. It may take time a little bit, but this training will avoid a lot of errors and it will take us to the next frontier. So thank you, gentlemen. I will move back to Ray Media, and I appreciate it for your patience on this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you, Doctor, for your opening message and for your words contributing to the RIMS. And I would like to highlight one thing: the fact that our data is being kept with Ray Digital. That means we are achieving high levels of security, and by not depending on others for the software. And that's a really good to be starting. So that's it. The two applications that Mr. Samir has elaborated on, I would like to play the tutorials for them. So please take your time and watch it.
The QHSE management system is an application aimed at quality, occupational health and safety, and the environment. Ray International Group Management System, RIMS, is designed to replace the current third-party system Intellex. This demo is focused to give users a walkthrough of the different features of the application. Welcome to the training demo of RIMS QHSE application. The user will log in from the login screen with their Ray employee number and password. Once successfully logged in, the user will be directed to the home screen. From the home screen, we'll be able to navigate to different modules from the left-hand navigation menu. The home page will have news alerts/highlight, policies, and procedures established in the organizations. It also gives high-level view of dashboard and analysis specific to the user's location and access settings. The user will be able to set their default location and save it. Incident module. Now let's take a look into the incident module where the user will be able to report any incidents. In order to report an incident, click on the Report Incident quick link from the home page. You will be directed to the incident reporting page. By default, the location will be set to user's location settings. You will have the option to change the location. The user will then enter the details of the incident that needs to be reported. The user can click on each tab or click on the arrow at the right-hand corner to navigate between different tabs or sections in the module. You will also be able to add actions to the action tracker from the incident module. The user can save the report as draft in case the report is not completed. Once the user has completed creating the report will be submitted to the reviewer for that project location. The reviewer will receive a notification in email, with a link to access the incident awaiting their review. The reviewer now logs into the application. Manage Incidents will have the list of all incidents that the user is associated with. The reviewer will then navigate to the Open Incidents to view the incident that needs to be reviewed. The reviewer will be able to edit the incident by clicking on the View button. If the incident requires investigation, the reviewer will assign the incident investigator from the drop-down selection. Once the reviewer has completed creating the report, and, if the incident requires investigation, Send for Investigation button will be enabled and can be sent for investigation. If the incident does not require investigation, the reviewer will be able to select the switch for Is investigation required to know, and approve and close the incident. Let's take a look at incident investigation. When an incident is submitted for investigation, the investigator will receive a notification in email, with a link to access the incident awaiting investigation. The investigator now logs into the application. Manage Incidents will have the list of all incidents that the user is associated with. The user will then navigate to the Open Incidents to edit the incident in order to enter the investigation details. The investigation section has 4 tabs: Investigator Findings, Sequence of Events, Employee, and Investigation Team. The user can click on each tab or click on the arrow at the right-hand corner to navigate between tabs. Once the investigator has completed creating the investigation report, they will be able to send for HSE manager's approval. When an incident is submitted for HSE approval, the HSE manager for that particular location will receive a notification with a link to access the incident. The HSE manager now logs into the application. The user will then navigate to the Open Incidents to edit the incident in order to review and approve the incident. The HSE manager will fill in the details, and approve and close the incident, if they are satisfied with the report. The HSE manager can also send back to investigator, if further clarification is required. If the incident is high priority incident, the HSE manager will be able to send the report for GM approval. Now, the GM for that particular location will receive a notification, with a link to access the incident. The GM now logs into the application. The user will then navigate to the Open Incidents to edit the incident in order to review and approve the incident. The GM will fill in the details, and approve and close the incident, if they are satisfied with the report. They will also have the option to send it back for clarification, if they are not satisfied with the report. Please note that any user will be able to add actions at any point in the workflow. With that, the incident report has been approved and closed. That brings us to the end of Incident Management Module reference video. Thank you for watching.
So that was the incident module video tutorial, and now we have Lahad's tutorial.
Welcome to the user guide video of LAHID module. The user will log in to the LAHID module using their RAE employee number and password. The Manage LAHID will have the list of all LAHIDs the user is associated with, based on their location and access settings. In order to create a new LAHID, click on the Create LAHID link. By default, the location will be selected as the user's default location settings from home page. You will be able to change the location by clicking on the drop-down option. The user will need to fill all the required fields in each section. User is required to select the LAHID type from the drop-down. The Observation Details section will be updated based on the LAHID type. If the LAHID does not require action, the user will be able to enter details, and approve and close. If the LAHID raised requires action, it will need to be reviewed and approved by the reviewer. The user will need to fill in the observation details. The user will be able to create actions related to the LAHID raised from the Manage Actions sections. The user will now submit the LAHID for review. The Lahid reviewer for that particular project location will receive a notification to access the Lahid. The reviewer will log into the application, navigates to the Open Lahid section to review, and edit the Lahid. If the Lahid is not valid, the reviewer will be able to reject and close the Lahid. If it is valid, the reviewer will need to add actions, and assign Lahid actions. Once all Lahid actions are closed, the Lahid reviewer will get a notification to complete and close the Lahid. The reviewer will log into the application, and open the Lahid. If the reviewer is not satisfied with the evidence, they will be able to return the Lahid for clarification. If the reviewer is satisfied, they will go ahead and fill in their closure comments, remarks, and other details. Once all details are completed, they will be able to approve and close the Lahid. With that, the Lahid would have reached the final closed stage. That brings us to the end of Lahid module demo. Thank you for your time.
So that was Lahid's tutorial video. I believe it's straightforward and self-explanatory, which makes mostly all HSC processes automated, and they're right in front of you, and makes interacting with them much easier. So with that said, I would like to invite Mr. Awab Al-Kindi, our GM for Ray Energy, to add his views and his comments on the importance of RIMS. Over to you, Awab.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, Haytham, for the introduction. I hope you can hear me well. Following up on Samir's introduction about RIMS, one of the steps that we have taken towards the aspiration of Ray, which is continuous improvements, is digitalization, which allows us to have time-saving, instant and improved reporting, as well as performance enhancement and compliance. And hence, we have launched the application of RIMS and the monthly report and action tracking modules. The monthly report module allows us to monitor the HSE performance in real time, and it provides both a broad overview and the broad overview of our HSE performance and detailed report of each project's HSE performance against the set targets, of course. The second module is action tracking, and this module allows real-time tracking of actions, and it provides a dashboard that shows the number of actions, open actions or raised actions, and the status of each action. This provides responsibility to the action party and adds value in ensuring the closure of actions. We in Ray request all employees to make use of the application RIMS to enhance our performance and achieve our targets, inshallah. Thank you, Haytham. Over to you.
Thank you, Awab. I believe it's clear from your words. And with that said, it is of high importance for us to be using these applications, as Mr. Awab has mentioned. And I would urge everybody to start giving them their time at least. So the two applications that Mr. Awab has mentioned, I would like to play the tutorial for them. So.
Welcome to the user guide video of Monthly Statistics Report, MSR module. The user will log into the MSR module using their RAI employee number and password. Once logged in, the user will be able to view all reports associated to them in managed MSRs. In order to report a new MSR, click on Create MSR. By default, the location will be selected as the user's default location settings from home page. You will be able to change the location by clicking on the drop-down option. The user will need to fill all the required fields in each section. There are multiple sections in this module. You will be able to access each of these sections by clicking on the arrow on the right-hand corner, or by clicking on the tabs. The user can also upload documents from the Supporting Documents section. Once all the details are entered, the user will be able to submit the MSR for Stage 1 review. The Stage 1 reviewer for that particular project location will receive a notification to access the MSR. They will be able to log in to the application with their credentials. The Open MSRs section will have the list of MSRs that are to be reviewed by the user. The reviewer will open the report by clicking on the Edit button. If the reviewer is not satisfied with the report, they will be able to return it back to the reporter. If the reporter is satisfied, they will go ahead and submit the report for Stage 2 review. The Stage 2 reviewer for that particular project location will receive a notification to access the MSR. The Stage 2 reviewer will log into the application, navigates to the Open Actions to review, and edit the action. If they are not satisfied with the report, they will be able to return it back to the reporter. If the reviewer is satisfied, they will be able to approve and close the report. With that, the MSR would have reached the final closed stage. That brings us to the end of Monthly Statistics Report Module Demo.
That was the monthly HSC tracker tutorial. And now we'd like to move on to action tracking tutorial.
The Action Tracker module. Welcome to the user guide video of Action Tracker module. The user will log into the Action Tracker module using their RAI employee number and password. The Manage Actions will have the list of all actions the user is associated with based on their location and access settings. In order to create an action, click on the Create Action link. You will be able to change the location by clicking on the drop-down option. The user will need to fill all the required fields in each section. The user can also upload documents from the Supporting Documents section. Once all the details are entered, the action will be submitted to the action party. The action party will receive a notification in email, with a link to access the action assigned to them. The action party now logs into the application. Manage Actions will have the list of all actions that the user is associated with. The user will then navigate to the Open Actions to view and edit the action. The action party will include their completion comments and attach the action report to this section. Once the details are added and completed, the action party will be able to submit the action for review. When the action is submitted for review, the action reviewer will receive a notification in email, with a link to access the action. The reviewer will log into the application, navigates to the Open Actions to review and edit the action. If the reviewer is not satisfied with the action report, they will be able to return to Action Party for clarification. If the action reviewer is satisfied with the report submitted, they will be able to approve and close the action. With that, the action will be in final closed status. That brings us to the end of the Action Tracker module demo. Thank you for your time and effort.
Okay, that was the Action Tracker tutorial for HSC applications. And now we'd like to invite Mr. Serik, our HSC manager for Webinnar us to elaborate on this. So over to you, Mr. Serik. We can't hear you, sorry. There is no volume, huh? Serik? We cannot say. Yeah, now it's fine.
No, it's fine. Sorry, just okay. So good morning to all. So would like to congratulate everybody. So we're achieving another milestone of transferring from the paper-based HSC processes into the online based processes. So that is a very important step for all of us. So good morning. Do you hear me?
Yes.
So that is again, sorry, just something wrong with my headphone set. So would like to congratulate all of us with another milestone which we achieved by transferring from paper-based HSC processes into the web-based HSC processes. So that is very important milestone for all the RAY International. Because now it is not only will be saving our time, also it will be helpful for everybody, and also will be less cost effective for the company. So by launching this new application, we'll be covering the beginning of the 4 modules that is going to be incident investigation, LAHIT, monthly reporting, and action tracker. This is 4 modules which are the most used by the HSC department and by the company. So we will not stop on this. We will continue to work on this application, and more modules will be developed and will be presented later. So this application will be very helpful for all of us, and it will help to streamline all our HSE processes and to be handy, not only for Ray International. Also, it will help us to be more presentable in the face of our clients, and to be more independable on the third-party support, and so we will be able to manage our data by ourselves. So it will be at a great help for Ray International. So thank you very much. Really glad that we are approaching this step. So would like to give a floor to Haitham from Ray Media. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarik. I would like now to invite Hamid Farhan to conclude. And before that, I think our GCO wants to say a few words. So after Farhan, I would like to give some space for our GCO. Over to you, Farhan.
Yeah, thank you, Haitham, for giving me this opportunity. And as our GM told and our colleague Mr. Sarik told, this is achievement for everyone. We have put lots of effort with the help of our Ray Digital team and with our quality and HSC team to make this application live for everyone. First of all, I want to add one more important thing. Earlier, we have limitation of users, but now we'll not have limitation. Each and every Ray employee can access this application. They can view this statistic by themselves. They can see their actions, if they raised any action, how this action has been taken up, how this action has been closed out. Same way they can see the alerts, bulletin, many posters. So all the QHSC information will come up in this application. Yes, we have started with 4 modules, but gradually we will achieve other modules also. Almost all the quality and HSC works will come in this application, which will make us paperless in the coming months and the years. So with this, we want everyone to put their efforts, use this application, and make this application successful, which will be really beneficial for all. Thank you, Haitham. Over to you. Haitham, we are not getting you.
Thank you. So thank you, Farhan. I believe it's self-explanatory, your words as well. It's very clear that we have to start using these applications. We have to start supporting each other. If people do not know how to navigate through the application, we have tutorials to help you out. And you also have your colleagues to assist you if need be. So I would like to just wait for our GCO. He is trying to join the meeting. So we'll just give around 5 minutes for the GCO to join. So if you guys can please bear with us. Sorry, guys, that was a miscalculation, miscommunication. This will be the end of the session. I would like to thank everybody from Mr. Samir to Mr. Awab to Mohammed and to Sarik for the contribution and the efforts towards this initiative. And lastly, I would like to thank Ray Digital as well for preparing all these applications and softwares for us. As you may know, these are not simple things. These take time and they take months of hard work and dedication. So thank you to Ray Digital and the team. And I would like to conclude the session. Thank you, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.